Yes, we're back with this again. After heavy requests and after finally listening to all the DMs on Twitter, I've decided to make this a weekly series where I bring you 5 tracks that I'm currently listening to from any time period that maybe you guys have heard, maybe you haven't. If I put them on, if I put you on, whatever. And you guys get to listen to something for the next week. 5 songs. You guys can leave your recommendations down in the comment section below. 5 tracks that you're currently listening to that you find extreme enjoyment out of. I'm doing this series more so because I have never found myself listening to the same set of songs multiple times in a week. Like every day I'm listening to something different. I could have a completely different playlist. That's why people have been asking me to make a playlist. I could make you one, but I just listen to so much music. You'd be hard pressed to get a dedicated solid playlist from someone like me. So let's go. Let's go. That was the weakest left two. I can't even count, and I can't directions. Wait, did I use my right hand when I just did that? A lot of people don't know I used to box, but that was some weak ass form I just showed you. I'm really disappointed in myself. First track I've been listening to is SZA's new song, Love Galore, that features Travis Scott. Now, the thing about this is it does not need a Travis Scott feature, but his contribution to the track is actually quite pleasing to the ear. It's not too much. It comes in at just the right part of the song, and the song pretty much, for people who don't know, is about, you know, what love can do to you, how it can blind you. Pretty much SZA is saying in this song how she's been blinded by Travis Scott's love. Of course, she's not really talking about Travis Scott, but just using him as an example, a metaphor for the video, which is actually really nice, beautifully shot in my opinion. And it's about basically a woman that knows she's the side chick, you know, she knows that she's the secondary, but she can't stop because she's just so infatuated with this individual. She's been around this person. You know, you get to know somebody for a long time and you're like, even though you're being taken advantage of, you might love that person so much. And that's pretty much what the song is about. In the video, she actually lures Travis Scott back to her after she leaves him alone just to have him killed. I'm not saying kill somebody because they did you dirty, but it is a nice video and it's a very addicting song. If you like neo soul artists and you're trying to find a nice female vocalist, SZA is the way to go. She's already been signed to TE. I don't want to hear you. Don't at me. Track number 2 that I've been addicted to ever since I heard it, The Underachievers, Super Potent. I just listened to this track, this album yesterday. Oh my god, is it not one of the greatest songs on the album? For those of you who don't know, The Underachievers is a group that's straight out of Flatbush. Flatbush is an area within Brooklyn being in New York. You've heard of people like Flatbush Zombies and, you know, the Pro Era. They have that similar vibe with their music, but they're way more heavy with, they don't call them the Beast Coast for no reason. And the song is pretty much about smoking weed. The references in this song are amazing, and the metaphor for what they're trying to say also is crazy as well. Really heavy on production. They experiment so much with their flows. I don't get how you can dislike a song like this. For all of you guys out there who've been telling me to listen to They, you guys are the ones that are late to the party, not me. I've been messing with They. Okay, I've been messing with They since back in early 2016. Don't mess with me, okay? Don't talk to me about They. I already know who they are. One of the tracks that I want you guys to listen to, if you have not already, is MOTLEY Crue, or Motley Crue. I said it the same way twice. Now, Motley Crue was actually on a project that they released back in 2016, but it made it to their new project, New Religion, Hyena. I also listened to that project. It was a decent project. I didn't think it was crazy, but it was an okay project with a nice set of R&B bangers. My only issue with a group like They so far is the lack of substance or lack of lyrics. I don't feel like their songs that far have left that deep of an impact on. So when I listen to their music, I always listen to it with the intention of getting a sound or a vibe, less about getting a certain mood or a certain message from the music that they're talking about. But the track is really addicting, and it's something that the hook is just great. Pain is the name of the game when they play with us. If you're going on a trip, you know, you're with friends or something, it's a sunny day outside, put this on. The vibe is perfect. Put it on. If you've kind of been missing out on pop rock, I would really recommend this next track from Harry Styles. It's called Sign of the Times. This is one of the most beautifully produced tracks this year. The track is actually speaking to this conflict that a lot of people have where things in the world aren't as they would wish them to be, and Harry Styles is basically telling this female actually in the beginning of the track that you don't need to really worry about it because it's just the sign of the times. It's just where we are in the world today. And a lot of the track has to do with not being so displeased because Harry apparently knew this was coming, or if he didn't know it was coming, he could acknowledge this from afar and be like, I'm not really that disappointed because I wasn't expecting much out of this time anyway. A song that carries a good message. I don't think lyrically it's too over the top. There's nothing not like a bunch of bombs of truth being dropped all over the place, but it is still definitely a really good track. I don't know what setting this would be appropriate in, but it's definitely a heavy hitter. I've listened to a lot of other people. They also said the song could possibly be about a breakup. I want to lean more towards the first because I don't want a track like this to be dumbed down to something like a breakup, especially with someone like Harry Styles just releasing his debut album. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt when it comes to subject matter. I mean, One Direction, we've heard way too much of breakups and bad memories and girl talk in those albums that were released from them, and I want to hear it on you know, Harry Styles' new album. As a 23-year-old male, I want you to have a little bit more substance to your music. But if that's the way it was supposed to be interpreted, that's okay too. I just don't want it to be. And the last track on Top 5 Songs of the Week is a track from, I believe, 2 years ago, from Tut, live from Chattanooga. If those of you who don't know who Tut is, I'd highly recommend going to check out his album, Preacher's Son. I don't think this, maybe it was an album or it was just a project or a mixtape or something like that, but it's called Preacher's Son. I'd highly recommend you go check that out. But this track, I really enjoy it because of the Chattanooga vibe that it carries. Basically, I believe he's trying to kind of connect to this is what goes on in Chattanooga. And with the production on this track, you can hear the saxophone being incorporated into the piano keys as he's talking about riding in the Cadillac. Like, I wouldn't necessarily call it like inspirational, but it definitely hits you, and you can probably listen to it anywhere. It's a really good track in my opinion. I know it's from 2 years ago, but I know a lot of people who don't even know who this individual is, and I really hope people can look for him because I haven't heard anything from him. Okay, it's 2017 now, and I want him to release something new, or mainly the song kind of attests to his experience when he was growing up in Chattanooga. Shawn C's top 5 tracks of this week. I'm gonna try to get these out every week, or at least once every weekend, because I really want you guys to have some dope music to listen to. Like I said, I listen to a lot of different music, and if you guys want to get a look into my brain or into my catalog, this is a good way for me to do so and expose you to what I normally listen to. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said down below, these are tracks that can be from any time, so don't feel like you have to say something that's just brand new. You can say something that you feel is slept on, or say something that just as one of your anthems. If you did enjoy the video, go ahead and leave a like rating down below. Subscribe if you have not already, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Riding in my Cadillac.